All right, what's going on, guys? In this video, I'm just going to walk through quickly a really good way I found to source leads for LinkedIn outreach. Because, when we talk about outreach, obviously you can have the best scripts, you can have the best offers, you can have all this stuff, but if the leads you're sending to just aren't that good quality, there's a bunch of tire kickers in there, then it doesn't really matter what we're sending them because they're not going to reply, they're not going to book in. And so I'm just going to walk through a very granular high intent approach that you can run on LinkedIn. It's actually very, very simple. Now, I'm going to use as an example my niche to walk through how this works. But for your niche, obviously you apply it to your niche, whatever you can obviously contextualize it to whatever you're running when it comes to your high ticket B2B service, whatever it is. Now, how it works is it's actually using the normal search feature. So what I'm going to do here is just show you guys. All you want to do is put in something like founder and a keyword associated with the type of business owners you're reaching out to. So for example, we're reaching out to agencies. I know there's a lot of email marketing agencies. So let's just do founder and email marketing. When you put a specific phrase in quotations, it's going to give you a specific type of um, the headline text here. So email marketing. It will give the specific phrase in the Boolean search. Now, LinkedIn Sales Navigator doesn't let you do this. So I found the normal search actually works way better. And with the filtering I'm about to show you, you can get a really granular approach. And then all you do with these leads is whatever automation campaigns you're running. A lot of these automation campaigns, for example, like prosp.ai, as an example, I think I'm logged into one of my clients' accounts, but that's all right. So prosp, for an example, is all you do is when you import contacts, you can just put a LinkedIn search URL. So once I'm walked through how exactly this works, whatever automation you're running, you can just put this straight search URL into Prosp and you've got automated outreach with the perfect leads. So that's kind of contextualizing why this works so well. Now, this is just one example. It could be YouTube marketing, or it could be automation agency, or AI, or any of these things, or you could do another decision maker title. But generally, when you run a search, you want decision maker title and then a keyword that you know is in these profiles quite often, so that when you do this search, it's going to give you a very granular kind of results. Now, to make it even better, what we do is we, of course, go people. We filter for people. Let me just move myself. And now you can do really, really cool things, second degree connections. So people that you're already, so it's going to be people that are connected with the people you're already connected with. So your connection acceptance rate will also go up to like 40, 50, 60%. So you're not wasting, your connection requests, which we know, of course, right now with LinkedIn limits, we want to make sure we're not going over that. So doing second degree connections really will help. And look, I've already got really good fits. So Vex Petrovic here, iScale D2C brands, that's a perfect fit. Because we can work with e-commerce agencies, we can work with any type of agency. I'll do some more searches as well. But then location, whichever locations you want to target, United States, United Kingdom, let's say. Look, just perfect fits here. So found open outbound email expert. More good fits. But then really what I found recently works extremely well, if I just move myself again, is you have these filters here. Now, followers of is very cool. So because there are a lot of gurus or like people in this space that target the type of leads that you want to be working with. So for agency owners, consultants, I know someone like, Charlie Morgan is, a lot of people are going to be following Charlie Morgan that I can also reach out to because they're agency owners looking to, get qualified appointments. So I can do that. Then, industry, you can go advertising services, marketing services, business consulting services or whatnot. So that makes it even more granular. Profile language, of course, and then service categories is also quite cool. So if you're in a very niche industry, like for example, if you're in like insurance, like you can literally make sure these leads are granular even in a normal LinkedIn search. Because look, insurance, health insurance, life insurance, commercial insurance. Let's say you're in real estate. Look at this, commercial real estate. So you can make a very granular search no matter what niche you're in. So I'm just using this as an example with, the type of niche that we're working with. But when it comes to service categories and industry, you can also, real estate. Look, you can do real estate. You can do literally any type of niche. So home, home healthcare services, literally any niche you're in. You don't have to rely on Sales Navigator. You can actually use this and then also put in granular keywords that are going to fit the type of profiles that you want to be working with. Now, I'm also going to walk through a little sales navigator approach as well, but this is actually my number one method for sourcing leads and what allows us to get 5 to 6% appointment booking rates. On the filters, the last thing, yeah, you can also put the job title in here. So founder, you can put it in here instead of in the search, but essentially, it's just refreshed. But look, people that follow Charlie Morgan, now look, there's going to be just a lot of good fits. AI consultant, digital marketing strategist fit, turn your email list into revenue machine, sure, that's great. And then obviously we have all these other keywords that we can use. So if you're, I don't know, in any type of, real estate niche, you can obviously put like things like real estate in here. Now, it obviously won't work with the search I've got right now because I've got all these other industries, but all you want to do, decision maker title, so founder, owner, co-owner, CEO, any of that, and then whatever really common keyword you find in the profile, and then on top of all these things that you can do. Now, I'll give another example. Automations, as an example. I don't know, you don't need to put single words in quotes. Automations as an example. Simplifying AI for business owners. Let's connect with that. That's a good fit. You can do it manually as well. You don't have to put these things into, LinkedIn search. You don't actually have to do this, but if you're running automated campaigns, you want to scale, obviously Prosp that sends automated voice notes that are personalized works extremely well. I'll probably make a video about how to run Prosp and how to book, 30 calls plus a month from LinkedIn outreach, all automated with Prosp. So, it definitely works, but if you do things manually, that's fine too. All these things that you can do, founder, helping businesses book sales calls on autopilot, already connected with him. Essentially, what you want to have is a bank of keywords that you can use to do these searches, and then coupled with all these granular searches. If you're not finding that many people, you can always go, third connection, third plus as well. So it's going to give you even more people, like predictable growth through advertising for fence companies. That's just an agency owner, so we can connect with that. All these things, you can essentially then, once you've got a really granular search where most of them are really good, you just put it straight into Prosp or straight into your automation software, and you got perfect outreach. Now, when it comes to other methods for, lead sourcing, when it comes to LinkedIn, there's also a Sales Navigator. I'm not going to do a full walkthrough of Sales Navigator, but one thing that Sales Navigator is really good for is if you're struggling to find leads that are active right now, there is a posted on LinkedIn filter that you can put on Sales Navigator. So if I go to leads, lead filters, right? Here, I can do posted on LinkedIn, right? And so that immediately is going to remove any profiles that haven't posted in the last 30 days. And, that's really good because obviously one variable for outreach is how active people are on the platforms that we're reaching out to them. Current job titles, so you can put founder. Some other granular things you can do. If you're more into targeting the firmographics of a company, like their employee count, all this stuff, this is where Sales Navigator becomes really useful. So, for agency owners, self-employed 1 to 10, those are like our perfect fits. Company type, privately held usually. Then there's also, years in current company. We don't want people that are too established and maybe less than 1 year, 1 to 2 years. Geography, let's just go United States. The only thing this won't allow you to do is on the Boolean search, normal search filter, there's that service categories feature. So you can get very granular on, for example, if you're targeting insurance companies, you can target specifically health insurance, life insurance. Or if you're targeting real estate, you can target commercial real estate agents, all this stuff that you can target. You won't be able to do as much of that in LinkedIn, but if you want other granular approaches on Sales Nav, obviously with employee count and all this other stuff, then Sales Nav is your best bet. But you can still do industries. So, we're targeting advertising services, marketing services. That should be working. Yep. And then essentially all these good fits as well. And then also keywords. You can do things that negative keywords. So you can do like not an advisor. So if I just want to target agencies, I can do not a consultant. Not manager. All these things that will exclude a bunch of stuff that really gets you a granular search. So if we have a look here, now it's only 1K results, so it's even more. So look, all these are just really good fits for the business. And be careful judging the leads just off face value, because a lot of people are working at multiple different companies. And so when you do the LinkedIn search, it looks like they're not qualified. But when you actually go into it, they're actually at multiple companies, and the search that you did is filtering for one of the specific companies that they're currently working at, which still makes a qualified lead. Like I said, you can also do second degree connections here. that makes it even more granular. If you're not getting as many leads, you can also go to third degree and whatnot, but 511 results. So this is what it looks like it's going to work really well. But yeah, any job title you want, any type of industry. You can also target e-commerce companies with this. So I know a lot of you guys might, if you're running an e-com, if you're watching this and you're in an e-commerce niche, we've been spending a lot of time figuring out how to make this work for e-commerce, because, you know, if we go industry and we go like retail, this essentially covers all e-commerce brands. So you don't have to like go to Apollo, scrape out generic leads that everyone else is scraping out, because a lot of people don't use this method. Obviously, this whole search would have to be completely different, but retail actually allows you to set up, you know, automated prosp outreach to, because you put this search URL straight into prosp or any other automation software. But broadly, you know, this is how the best way to source leads on LinkedIn. There really isn't, it's not too complicated. Of course, you've also got My Network. So once you guys are connecting with a lot of the right leads, you'll have the opportunity to just go straight to My Network, and just, there'll be a whole bunch of qualified accounts here because of the people that you've already been connecting with, already been reaching out to. So, you know, founder of the email agency. Keep in mind, this won't always be the best results. If you want a granular approach and you always want to be in control, I recommend doing number one, the normal search filter. See how that goes. Just using this search filter, decision maker title, keyword, and then all the other granular things you can do: service categories, industry, location, followers of people that you know. For example, if you're a big person in the real estate space or a big person in whatever niche you're in, if you do followers of them, you're going to find a lot of people that are also good fits. Overall, this is just, you know, how to source leads, not a crazy video. I'm probably going to make separate videos on LinkedIn outreach itself, best scripts to use, best follow-up methods, best systems as a whole. I do have some other videos on that right now if you want to watch those. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.